Okay, so you will notice a change. Obviously the colour at first, I've T-coiled that already. Like I say, you don't need to see me wiping it with oil, it's just, anyone can do that. The end cap is taking shape. I want to polish it up a bit, you know, just go over it with a finer grit sandpaper before I bung it on the polisher, and that will shine up nice, hopefully. It did once before, but I don't have a Dremel. Dremel's broken now, so I have to use the drill, but we'll work it out. Ooh. Now, you'll notice there's this part here. It originally came with it. I found it when my rummaging around in one of those drawers over there. It was in there all along, but unfortunately I did not compensate for the shape of that. So what I've done off camera, obviously, I've got some of this chemical metal stuff I've got that I was using to put that on, and I filled a few other holes in with it and stuff, and a bit down there, as you can see. But I've added it so I filled out so it tapers properly, and it's in there. So, but that's also acted as a sepper. Like I said, I did this all at night, and I needed the SD card to upload, so obviously I couldn't film that bit, but I wanted to get this done so we could just get on with it. But that now is looking nicer. But it's literally just a case of smearing it on and sanding round. That's all I did, so it weren't nothing exciting. But we now have the ceiling as it's supposed to be. Right, but on with the next bit. So this is the bit I started. We're going to work on the saya now, or the sheath, if you don't know the Japanese terms, but it's saya. Now I did that. I got the least knottiest bit of bed slat I had. This is now the second least knottiest. Hopefully, going by the shape of this, I will go around these. If I do have to go through these, I will have to. I can't chop through these knots. It's just a fucker to do it. So I'm thinking this way, and then chop it this end. You know, I have got extra play. I've left myself some anyway. So I think I'm just going to chop it, put it back in a vise, draw around like I did with this, start chiseling, and I want to try and get this done in this one video, but if that's going to be possible, it will be. Just for reference, quick, this does fit in nice. I just need a little bit on the other side. Hopefully there will be a little wiggle room, but wiggle room don't matter in this, because drawing and resheathing, you don't want it catching, so you want that extra room. So I can't see the camera screen, so I don't know what I'm filming at the moment. I can't go any further. I have left a little extra at the bottom. Now I understand that on a real katana there would be a gap here in the bottom. I don't know if that's for blood or something to pull into, but what it does give me room to do is that if this bit doesn't match up, I can just keep chopping it down until it does, and the thing will just keep going until it reaches the bottom. But hopefully it won't come to that. It's just giving us extra play. It does slide out nice. I want to try and avoid the blade hitting this too much, so I might just take a few more micromillimeters off of this, but at some point I do want to do some cutting videos, which I've got a plan for, but we'll be using this very blade, but will come apparent. Well, it's basically the same as we did with a sew cut. It's literally just make the channels and then sideways on, or diagonal more like. So from your perspective, here's your piece of wood and you just want to dig in the channel, and then like at say that angle, just taking little shaves off like so. And I have to support the workpiece with my actual hand because it's a bit wobbly otherwise. But slowly catch the monkey, as they say. Might be long and tedious, but it's worth it in the end. Trust me. Right, so we've got our two halves. Now we need to do is I've had to actually go down a bit more on these. The habaki is actually quite thick. Didn't think of that at first, but I have. So I'm putting these two together. I want to know that that smoothly comes out. I'm feeling resistance somewhere. Unfortunately, I can't find where it's coming from. I think I know what it is. I think it's where it's scraping on this knot. So I decided to clamp it together, and it functions smooth and as it should. So what I need to do now is just trim out this bit so it's flat, lines up with the Suba, glue it, clamps off, chop it, and we should get shaping. Right, so I am now happy with how it all runs, how it's all feeling. What I need to do now is just to cut the thing out, stick the two halves together, wait for that to dry, and then we do the shaping. The jigsaw, the good old jigsaw. The jigsaw won't make me do hard manual labour with a handsaw. Right, so cut and clamped, glued. I might put some dowels in at the bottom just to pin it together. I don't know what I'm going to do because it's quite thin here where I've got the joint, but see if I can get something in there. But sticking together, and what's more important, it's in and out. It functions, and that's all we need it to do.